Let me tell you what this man did. As you can hear, I am sick again. But yesterday, I spent some of my precious energy, some of my precious time, okay, sorting through our 4-foot tall pile of clean laundry.
Now wait a goddamn second. Wait a second.
No, because my husband and I are excellent. My husband and I are excellent at cleaning clothes, at washing clothes. We are subpar at putting them away.
Clean clothes aficionado. Okay? I love the cleaning part where you throw them in with the detergent. I love the drying part where you put a little dry sheet in with little cute little dryer balls that are sloths, little sloth faces, and then I dump them in a clean pile.
Yes. I picked out my workout clothes and a bunch of clothes, right?
And put them where?
In a basket.
In a basket.
And I come back in and I'm like, yeah, I just sorted out a bunch of my clothes so I could find my clothes more easily. And he goes, oh really? Where did you sort them?
Yeah,
I said,
where?
I said, in the basket. And I look, the basket's empty.
Correct. That basket.
This man took my basket that I sorted through for 30 minutes.
Listen.
While I'm sick. I'm on my deathbed.
If I have a pile of clean clothes and I have a basket to transport said clothes from dryer to clean clothes pile, you don't put the clothes back in the basket.
How many clothes were in the dryer?
Enough to fill half the basket.
A pair of workout shorts, some socks, and a couple of t-shirts.
A sheet. Also a bed sheet. If I have a basket to transport clothes, that's what the basket is for. And if there are clothes in the basket, it looks like the basket hasn't been dumped. Why are you creating a second place to store clothes at when you have a drawer? I would like to leave it up to the people to decide.
Don't get married, kids.
I would like to leave it up to people to decide. Let them vote, okay? Because this is a ridiculous situation, and I'm here for Casual Geographic, candid affairs with the Canine family.
This is a Canine family because
my wife's a bitch.
I was gonna say because my husband's a bitch, but I was like, that's fucked up. I don't want to say that.
No hesitation.
You said that shit so fast.
No hesitation.
Oh my God.
I do love you.
Oh, okay.
A lot.
You better sort the clothes back out.
I will see you guys on the other side. Here. All right, shouts out to Casual, man. Thanks for coming out with content in a reasonable time frame. More than us, actually.
Yes.
It's kind of impressive, but it's more so because I have a dying wife. So it's okay.
Hello.
Let's do it.
Why did I sound like that?
Yeah,
Hello?
I know.
Hello.
I'm playing the video.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, what, you good?
What is happening?
From the hood meets from the wood. No word said, but he understood. Blood realized he is not that guy. What y'all know about the timber wolf?
That is
also known
massive.
as the northwestern wolf of Alaska and Canada. The timber wolf is arguably the largest wolf walking the earth and at a length of up to 7 feet and a max weight of over 150 pounds. If you're expecting an unhinged husky when you see a wolf, your expectations are going to be subverted like the Titanic.
Yeah.
Now this is a fennec fox, and at an honest 3 pounds, the sand chihuahua weighs about as much as the MacBook I'm editing this on. But both fennec foxes and lupus final bosses are two ends of the canine spectrum, and today I'm going to try to talk about every canine-coded creature out there. But before I do, I should probably address something. I made a video on the top 10 most misunderstood animals, and I honestly don't know how I yacked for almost 17 minutes and didn't once mention wolves. Forget top 10, there might not be 5 animals we've gotten more wrong about. First things first, there's no alpha wolf, it doesn't exist, I will fight you. The thing is, the guy that came up with alpha wolf did someone a book after watching Wolves in Captivity. David Meck would then spend the rest of his career trying to take it back, imploring people not to buy the book and even trying to get printing presses to stop publishing it. But like a drunk Friday night tattoo, the alpha thing stuck no matter how hard he tried to scrub it off.
It's just such an easy thing to market.
Yeah.
You know, and it sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Alpha wolf, #1 wolf in charge. When I walk into a room, I'm an alpha. And when you leave the room, you're a beta. And also, I don't pay my taxes. The IRS is gonna kick my ass.
It's just a bunch of betas of the IRS.
Oh, if there's an alpha that exists, it's the fucking IRS.
Man.
It's a slightly overweight guy named Todd, really thick glasses, and he's about to change your life.
Yep.
to take it back, imploring people not to buy the book and even trying to get printing presses to stop publishing it. But like a drunk Friday night tattoo, the alpha thing stuck no matter how hard he tried to scrub it off. In real life, the wolf pack is just a family. The two alphas are really just the two parents, and the rest are just generations of the kids that haven't left to make their own pack yet. And because I know a certain demographic's gonna try to fight me on that, I'm gonna say this. When the term alpha male was first used academically in 1921 by Monica Sumra, she wasn't talking about wolves. She was talking about chickens. A literal pecking
fuck
order.
outta here.
Not even like roosters. I'm pretty sure she was on about vindictive hens.
Okay,
I'm
but
just let
also,
that marinate.
why?
But yeah, alpha
why
wolves,
is-
not even
Bro,
like
that's
Why is
such
the
a massive
why is the chicken so big? Oh my god!
They didn't even build them proper stairs. They just threw a couple cinder blocks together. Like, good luck.
Y'all had chickens that big on
Hell no. Hell nah. No. Oh man. I did think that chicken mating was then chickens just beating the hell out of each other though. I was like, why is that chicken plucking the other chicken's hair out? That's mean.
roosters. I'm pretty sure she was on about vindictive hens. I'm gonna just let that marinate. But yeah, alpha wolves don't exist. At least not in the wild. I'm sure if you take a bunch of wolves that don't know each other and put them behind a fence, pack politics will look a little different.
Right.
That's kind of like writing a book on human nature based on studying folks in max security.
Yeah.
And unlike prison, a wolf pack is actually structured to avoid infighting. As
Right.
a rule, you usually get 5 to 9 wolves in a pack. And because nature hates rules, in 2011 there was a pack of 400-something wolves
God
terrorizing the town
damn.
of, I'm gonna say Coyotes. Where
Let's go, wife. Here we go.
Verkhoyansk.
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 All right, she's adding a little Russian skitting. I like Russian skitting a lot more when she's sick.
In Russia,
Mm-hmm.
sickness have you. You don't have sickness.
It sounds better because it sounds like you're cold. Like you're actually in Russia in
No
the
way.
cold outside.
Play the video.
where they allegedly murked 30 horses in 4 days.
God damn.
Yeah, only in Russia. The alpha thing's not the only thing we've gotten wrong about wolves. We've been doing them dirty for decades. Like that time we thought wolves were pests when actually... You remember when I said nature's like a Jenga tower and some animals are the block that can bring it all down? The
Yeah.
op of riding hood is a keystone species that stabilizes the ecosystem.
Yeah.
We know that because after humanity went ahead and wiped wolves off the Yellowstone census, the elk started wilding and eating all the plants. The
Yeah.
songbirds and beavers that needed the plants went ghost, and without beavers, everything was damned.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
Ah.
the one animal
was
people
good.
arguably hated more ran through America. But we'll get to that. All that, and wolves actually kill less than 1% of livestock, and that was the whole reason we went ahead and played God in the first place.
Yep.
There's more
Right.
to it, like the fact that wolves are actually scared shitless
no.
of people, to the point where they'll avoid buildings, roads, and even the sound of a snowmobile can stress them. Big bad wolf has only killed less than 40 people in North America, and
Wow.
about 30 of those happened before the 1900s. Meanwhile, this
Wow.
shit was last year. There's also little fake facts that personally grind my gears, like wolves don't howl at the moon. They howl mostly to communicate. They face the moon because unless you're rallying earthworms, if you're making an announcement, you're probably facing up. They also howl to mark their territory, and sometimes they just do it for pack bonding.
Oh, that's cute.
And then you got
I never really thought that they howled at the moon. Like,
Right.
At the moon. I thought they meant like, you know, like a descriptor. Like howling at the moon, but like just because the moon's back there while they're howling.
I just thought it was like a poetic thing.
Yeah, that's
You know
what I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not literally yelling at the moon! 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 Like, oh, look at these dumbass dogs yelling
Oh my
moon.
God.
Right, yeah. So we get it, you know. But what did you think? Did you think they were yelling moon?
You're so,
Or just yelling, and there is
you're
moon?
so dumb.
Tumblr's contribution.
Moon!
And then you got Tumblr's contribution. No, actually the opposite. It's the
Yeah.
leaders of the pack. You know, the parents that, lead.
Chill in the
and
back.
unless you're Norman Bates Jr., you wouldn't put your crippled grandmother in front to deal with all the unbroken snow.
Right.
I don't know what to say
Okay.
about this,
That
except
makes
Hollywood
sense.
and Wattpad have ruined the way some of y'all think about wolves. Into the Omega-verse ass poke. But yeah, wolves might be the most maligned animal out there. But I will say their PR has gotten way better. Meanwhile, coyotes have been catching more
Oh,
smoke
God.
than hot dogs in July.
Not in the
Wolves
trash
hate
can.
coyotes off principle.
What is happening?
It must not be a trash can. It must be
Better.
like an
Meanwhile-
animal.
My love, that is a trash
No, no,
bin
no, no, no,
with
no,
the
no.
forklifts of a trash bin.
No. It's got to be like a thing for transporting animals. There's no way he just put him in a trash can.
Coyotes have been catching more smoke
He
than
did
hot
not
dogs
put
in
him in
July.
a dumpster.
Wolves
That's
hate coyotes
crazy.
off principle. Eagles and crows hate them because they fight for the same scraps. Trauma donkeys don't rock with anything
Oh my
canine.
God.
And a coyote
Yeah.
can breathe and earn a cougar's wrath. And let a bear get a hold of one and shit gon' really get grisly. Even Mark Twain's written diss track towards coyotes was the
Oh my
honest to God
God.
inspiration for a pain magnet of a Looney Tune. Nah, but the contempt for coyotes wolves have is different. I've shown this clip like 20 times. And I'm gonna do it again, because you only need one wolf, maybe two if you're conservative to get the job done.
You gotta run.
What it takes to
it's
motivate
over.
an entire
It's over.
pack to
Oh,
turn
it's
you into
over.
past
Oh,
tense.
it's
They basically
done.
run.
Oh God. Oh God.
Motivate the whole pack to turn you into a past
Oh my
tense.
God.
But ain't running his ass down. Crucial. I have a great story about my friend Jeff when he got caught up in a race riot.
Oh my
Very
Lord.
minor race riot.
No, okay.
But this is exactly what it looked like while he was running for his life. Except at a track and had people running in a straight line.
Yeah.
There was no guys on the peripheral. See these guys at the top closing in?
Uh-huh.
None of that. They just all ran behind this one guy to chase this guy because they're dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, but also not sorry. Great story. You survived, and you have kids.
Because coyotes low-key won in the end. You see, when America was at war with wolves, there were also often coyotes like they were made of oil. But because coyotes are canine cockroaches, the attempts to cancel coyotes only led to more coyotes. The prairie pup apparently has a roll call, essentially a census where a female will call out, and if she doesn't hear a lot of coyotes back, it'll actually trigger a metabolic change to produce a bigger litter. And one thing they have that wolves don't is coyotes are fusion fishing, meaning you can catch them in a pack, but if things ever get critical, they can break apart, split up, and spread out. The reality is, generations of being a wolf's chew toy prepared coyotes for everything humanity could possibly throw at them.
Right.
Studies say you could Thanos snap 75% of a coyote population every year for 50 years straight, it still won't dent them. Today,
Damn.
you can find a coyote in every state that isn't Hawaii, and it was humanity's hate boner that Ubered them. And that's why I love them. Like I said, they're alive entirely out of spite. I respect game, especially since at one point the wolf population in America was so down bad. Something, something, life finds a way, something, something, now we have coy wolves. In some places, virtually every wolf in the area has coyote DNA in it. Can I remind you that wolves are literally prejudiced towards the very animal they ended up getting Genghis Konged by? That's like if Thomas Jefferson was alive to see what would become of his bloodline. And considering you can find a coyote...
Oh my God. Casual. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Lord.
So I was gonna say, there's a house in Vegas that apparently is infested with coyotes. It's like an abandoned property.
That's not real.
There's a bunch of coyotes.
That's not real. That's a myth. That's a urban legend. What do you mean a house of coyotes? They answer the door by, like, what are you talking about? Just move them out.
How?
Go in and grab them.
Go. You want them to go grab the coyotes?
Just go pick them up and put them in a dumpster, apparently.
Yeah, but you know, the Jefferson thing is funny.
The Jefferson thing was funny.
Konged by. That's like if Thomas Jefferson was alive
Shout
to see
out to
what
my
would
guy,
become of
Genghis.
his bloodline. And considering you can find a coyote in Burbank, Orlando, and the Bronx, safe to say, they won the war. But foxes might have won the game of life. The wild carnivore with the most real estate on Earth isn't the leopard. It's not a type of eagle. It's the red fox. You can find foxes anywhere short of a penguin playground, and out of all wild dogs, foxes have the most range. Of course, you have the red, the most well-known fox, but also a lesser-known menace to other foxes. There's my personal favorite, the Arctic fox. Look at that canine cotton ball go. There's a terminally unamused Tibetan fox. Look at this dude. The aforementioned dune puppy, the fennec fox. And how can you forget the cross fox? Which is really just a mutated red fox. But I'm a shout out a shiny when I see one.
Exactly.
Foxes were small enough and just cute enough to dodge the smoke everyone had for coyotes. Which is why foxes are one of the few animals to actually do better in cities, with close to 500,000 living in the UK. Foxes are basically dogs running cat software. They move like canine ninjas, they're mostly nocturnal, and they have vertical slits for pupils. And some, like the gray fox, have semi-retractable claws to climb trees. Yeah, foxes are an anomaly. But if foxes are an anomaly, jackals are a conundrum. Jackals
That's
are pretty
not a
much
coyote?
old world coyotes, and they virtually have the same niche, so I won't go on about that. But I'm gonna explain why I call them a conundrum. As far as we know, there are 3 species of jackals.
Yeah, what makes a jackal a jackal?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping he explains.
I thought jackal was just another name for like coyote or fox.
Coyote.
And then it's just like, oh, but it lives in a desert, so it's a jackal, right?
Of that. But I'm gonna explain why I call them a conundrum. As far as we know, there are 3 species of jackals: the black-backed, the side-striped, and the golden jackal. One of these is not like the other.
That's
I'm gonna
not
need y'all
just
to
a
lock
fox?
in because this will get confusing. So between these 3, the golden jackal isn't even closely related to the other 2.
What?
In fact, the golden jackal is actually closer to wolves and coyotes. Make sense?
No.
I hope so, because it only gets more confusing. Okay, so golden jackals are found in Africa and Eurasia, and for a while we assumed they were the same species, but you know what they say about assuming. Turns out the golden jackal of Eurasia diverged from the wolf-coyote common ancestor 1.9 million years ago. The African variety followed suit 1.3 million years in the past. So not only are there about 600,000 years of separation, African jackals are that much closer to wolves. So much that it was never a jackal at all. So now we say Africa has a golden wolf. So, recap, 3 types of jackals, 2 types of golden jackals. Golden jackals aren't closely related to the other jackals. One of the 2 types of golden jackals is actually more related to wolves, and the other is an actual wolf. Also, this has nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to add that jackals took a cue from coyotes. Something, something, Jurassic Bark, something, something, we have jackal-dog hybrids. One man bred a jackal dog to sniff out airport explosives. Why didn't I think of that? Next are dingoes.
Dingo!
Dingoes are weird. No, like literally, they're really weird for a dog. Dingoes are freakishly flexible and can turn their heads 180 degrees.
Why?
They have wrists that can rotate like ours to the point where Houdini can unlatch gates and even turn doorknobs. They can climb trees. Because of course they can. By the way, don't look up dingo tree, you will regret it. They're a top land predator of Australia, and they have the widest jaws of any canine.
Oh my god.
Wonder where they got that from. Dingoes also have no body odor, and are the main reason a prison steroid bunny chooses waterboarding as a defense tactic. You'd expect a dog molded by Australia to be built different. The only thing stranger is where exactly they came from. Some say dingoes are pet dogs that saw Australia as free real estate, and others, they swear dingoes have been here for 10,000 plus years. But after a whole lot of debating, seems like we finally come to a consensus. Dingoes were more than likely airdropped by sea-traveling humans from the islands of Southeast Asia and China some 5,000 years ago.
Okay, so they were imported in, just like the criminals of Australia. Got it.
But they stayed isolated from anything canine until European settlers pulled up much later. Before that, dingoes had this relationship with indigenous Australians. Not exactly like pets, but they were chill with each other. After years of plot development, they would become the kangaroo nightmare we know them as today. They've been compared to New Guinea singing dogs, Carolina dogs, and Indian pariah dogs. And if you look close enough, yeah, I can see it. There is another argument as to whether dingoes are their own thing or just another subspecies of wolf. The way I see it,
are they known to be like vicious or something? Like,
I don't think so. Well, other than, the lady who said a dingo ate her baby.
That's literally the only thing I know about dingoes is that they possibly ate that lady's baby. And I'm like, what is a dingo? What is a dingo? Now I'm seeing the picture. I've seen them everywhere. This is my first time actually realizing that's what a dingo is.
It's a puppy.
The cute dog that's just outside hanging.
Yeah.
They're just out hanging. I've only seen them hang.
Living his best life.
Just chilling. Are they known to be vicious? Are they eating babies? Like a golden retriever eating your toddler.
Is anybody eating babies, right?
Good. I mean, some women out there are. Playing the video.
Dingoes aren't from there, but they were brought there. And they've been there long enough to have a defined role in the system. And now you can't tell the history of the country without talking about them. Kind of like... Yeah, never mind. Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, but at this point, dingoes are definitely their own thing. Which makes people wanting them dead crazy. Basically, dingoes took a page from coyotes and jackals and got busy with the feral dogs around them. Problem is, some people use that as a loophole to justify murking dingoes on sight, since they could be like, oh, it's a hybrid, so it's not pure, so it's not protected. But contrary to popular belief, pure dingoes come in many colors, and most dingoes tested came back as pure.
They're also cute.
The way I see it, dingoes earned their spot at the Australian lunch table, even if one really did eat her baby. That's not a joke. A lot of y'all owe this woman an apology. So most canines are obviously social, and like I said, coyotes go with whatever's most convenient.
Right.
There's one dog that weaponizes the power of friendship better than arguably any other animal, and that is, of course, the African wild dog. Can y'all see that? Yeah, there. They have a put on a shirt rate of 80%. Mostly because they're like homicide hounds running on Duracell. They don't get tired. They can easily run anything into exhaustion. But it's their teamwork that makes them OP. African dogs hunt.
There's some UFC fighters that could learn from that. Step up your cardio. Do better. There's no reason we should be halfway through the first round and you breathing with your mouth open. If I can outrun you, we have a problem.
I'm just trying to think, like, it's not his fault if he's tired because he was getting his ass beat. He's just tired because he's getting beat up.
Okay, but if you're not getting beat up and all you're doing is hippity hop skipping around the fucking the octagon,
hippity hop skipping.
like,
and then they sit down and like, I'm tired. Shut up. You know, to be fair, the coaching staff was really nice about it. Just real upbeat, Give it your all, champ. I'm just like, I'd quit. Like, it was one round. We trained for 4 months for this.
Pissing me off.
in a relay form, with different dogs taking turns leading the chase. And once they make the kill, African wild dogs
Look
might
how
be the only
cute.
animals that let their
You're
dogs.
so vicious.
The hounds are so down for each other that the hunt doesn't even happen unless the group votes on it. And they vote by sneezing. Get enough sneezes and the gazelle's fate gets sealed. Obviously, the lead dog's vote counts for the most, but enough underlings can decide the outcome if they stick together. Before they hunt, wild dogs have these ceremonies they do as a ritual that's pretty much a predatory pep rally. Their bond is so strong that there have been reports of rescued wild dogs getting so depressed from the separation from their pack that the grief literally kills them. And if a pup ever goes missing, the pack will put everything to the side and spend days looking for it. The loyalty of the African wild dog has no equal. But it might have a close second. Does are the forgotten wild dogs of Asia. Both literally because they're related, but also because they too get carried by numbers. They usually hunt light work like deer, boars, and rodents. The family foxes have been recorded bringing down buffalo, gars.
How?
And there's even one case of D-holes apparently erasing a young elephant.
How?
The dog, though bigger than a border collie, has even shifted tigers and jumped leopards. You can't pull that off without some world-class communication, and communication is what doles do best.
Wait, that sound is a dog?
Yeah, they whistle. It helps them keep track of each other in the dense jungle. But also makes them sound like a black-owned smoke detector. Okay, it's 2023. Please let this joke die. I'll also think about doing a handstand market territory. That has nothing to do with anything. I just thought it was fun. Alaska has wild dogs. Australia gets dingoes. North America and Europe both got wolves. And as you know, Asia gets the whistler. So what, did South America get left out? Of course not. This is a bush dog. Not the rarest, but definitely the most underrated. We don't know that much about them. We even thought they went extinct for a minute.
Not a
they feel
puppy.
look more like a stubby Wolverine or a Latino Tasmanian
yeah.
devil, but it's because they're perfect for their life in the dense jungle near water. And boy, do they love that water. They're the only wild dogs with webbed feet, and not only can
so
they dive,
funny.
they have no problems catching bodies in water. They'll even lure prey to water where another bush beast will be waiting.
Wow.
They'll usually violate rodents like agoutis or capybara. And they've also been known to tap out 500+ pound tapirs. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might know the bush dog's closest relative. This is a short-eared dog, and it is not the closest relative. They're another dog we know almost nothing about. Almost everything we do know about him comes from a man accidentally buying one at a marketplace and ecologist Renata Lette Pittman getting a hold of him to study.
Damn.
What we do know is the females are way bigger than the males. They don't hit puberty until they're 3, which is pretty weird for a dog. One of the reasons you've probably never seen one before is they spend most of their lives in armadillo burrows. But yeah, the closest relative of the bush dog isn't its short-eared understudy. It's, this is the main wolf.
The chicken?
Even though it's not a wolf or a fox.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself right now. What are you talking about? The chicken? You know how bad that's gonna sound in the clip? You understand how bad that
I
sounds?
was just...
The chicken?
It was...
That's so ridiculous. I'm playing the video. I can't do this. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I got a UFC fight to watch later today, goddammit.
I was like, oh, he's trying to like
Focus.
subvert our expectations.
This is ridiculous, bro. My couch was watching this and he's quitting. He just X'd out everything on the list. We're done. God
Fox.
damn.
It's really just its own thing. Every group has that one weird member. For birds, it's owls. For big cats, it's for sure the non-boring snow leopard. And for dogs, it's absolutely
It's
the
just
slender
ridiculous
pup. Don't let
looking
the thigh
slender
fool
man
you. A motivated
dog.
Maine wolf can hit over 40 miles per hour.
Holy
Between that and the fact that they
shit.
literally have a black morph, best believe the Canine and Chanel boots has contributed more to cryptid culture than anyone realizes.
Yeah, a fucking black blur flying through your village
Hell
at
yeah.
40 miles an hour.
Hell yeah.
Could you imagine at the time where like you don't have mopeds?
Right.
So people
it's
are-
literally the fastest thing.
Bro, we're not moving like that.
Yeah.
Wing! I would lose my I'm moving. This place
Yeah.
is haunted.
I
Fuck
have
that.
to leave.
Wondering what they could possibly be running from. Probably the law. Maned wolf urine smells so much like Snoop Dogg salad, they've gotten zoos raided by police. If God created the world in 6 days, he started freestyling on a Sabbath and came out with his canine casserole. They're the only canines that are completely solitary. They're the only ones with a mane. They've eaten so much for apples it got named after them. And yeah, the ankle biters are still waiting to get their legs back.
That's
I mean, they
hilarious.
even sound like an identity crisis.
Huh? God damn.
I wouldn't expect a skunk-scented, vertically gifted, apple-eating Waluigi hyena to sound
Hell
different.
no.
But I never
Do it
would have
again.
guessed
Say it
what the
again.
Nah.
Say it again.
skunk-scented, vertically gifted. I wouldn't expect a skunk-scented, vertically gifted, apple-eating Waluigi hyena to sound any different. But I never would have guessed what they sounded like.
That's a bar.
Raccoon dog.
It's honking. Loser. Honk.
Don't be confused, it may be raccoon coated, but it's closer to a fox in face paint. The raccoon dog, also known as a Tanuki, is proof that once again, same test, similar solution, homie, you know it's convergent evolution. They also inspired the Baka Tanuki, a supernatural creature in Japanese mythology known for shape-shifting, and for other things I can talk about. In real life, raccoon dogs are the only canines that hibernate, which is fitting because they might have caused the entire planet to hibernate in 2020, allegedly.
What?
Also, Tom Nook. Tanuki. Tom Nook, the Tanuki. Anyway, only 2 zoos in America have raccoon dogs, so if you want to see them IRL, you're kind of out of luck.
Wait,
at least they're not.
His name is Tom Nook?
I thought it was Tom Nook.
I thought it was Tom Nook.
Like a book nook.
Like a breakfast nook.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. It's Nook. Like Nookie. Like
sex.
Vagina. Tom might get the nookie. Tom throwing down throwing down in the pound town nookie. That's what I thought. If you say that with his fucking face in the fucking so sorry.
All right.
He's such a wholesome guy. I apologize.
Tanuki. Tom Nook, the Tanuki. Anyway, only 2 zoos in America have raccoon dogs, so if you want to see them IRL, you're kind of out of luck. But at least they're not endangered. Not like the last canine here. The Ethiopian wolf isn't just Africa's most limited carnivore, it's the rarest canine on Earth with less than 500 in stock.
Wow.
The thing with them is they're really good at living off the rodents living in the Afro Mountains. They've even learned to hunt near grass-eating gelatos for better results. But Ethiopian wolves are also specialists, which means they can really only function in one place. So you're actually looking at the panda of dogs, except they're actually 3 times rarer, with habitat loss, getting smoked by farmers, and overgrazing from competing cattle not exactly helping them out. They're actually pretty cool if you get to watch a couple videos of them, but if we don't get our shit together soon, videos are gonna be all we have. Even though they're not technically hanging by a thread, wolves are still getting done dirty. They're still seen as pests in a lot of places and often murked on sight. Or you got wolf dogs bought to be a flex, only to be predictably thrown to the streets. It's a good thing we got places like the Howling Woods Farm in New Jersey. It's a sanctuary for wolf dogs that were abandoned only to be given a second chance at life. That absolute unit, his name's Orion. They all have different combinations of wolf.
That thing is huge.
Very large.
Oh my god.
Very, very big.
Life. That absolute unit, his name's Orion. They all have different combinations of wolf with different personalities. Some are 30, 40% wolf, some are up to 95.
Woo!
As you can see, I don't discriminate. Even Sirius the Tripod got a lot of love. Don't tell the others, but she's my favorite. I really feel like if we had more places like this, wolves would be so much better just off the PR. And it's not just wolves. Howling Woods has coyote dogs too, although you can't really go in with them. This isn't sponsored, by the way. They're not paying me or anything. I just really believe in what they're doing. And if you do too, the link to donate to their sanctuary will be in the description. I'll be personally pledging a decent amount. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water. Tell your father you appreciate him. Mom too, I ain't forget about y'all. Make sure you spread the word, the wolf word, and I'ma see y'all in the next one.
Very nice. Who's your camera person? Who is it? Give us a behind the scenes. I demand it.
I want to see this video.
Right.
What is wrong with you?
Just chilling.
Oh my god.
The African Hello? Hello?
That's what the cup was for.
Hello?
I'm dead.
Hey, girl. The camera can't even see you. That's okay. We use this for bloopers. Why are you always giving me your butt, dude?
That's a cute puppy.
I know.
Ew.
Damn.
He said, damn.
I know where that smells bad.
Yeah.
It's a long ass break, brother. Dog is like not playing. Dog is not playing.
I like seeing your setup though. That's the kind of lights we need.
Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Vegas struggle. See that black sheep there, like struggling to hold back the sun? Like, that's us behind here. We're like, please, sun, don't come through.
We done put up blinds and sheets and curtains.
All right, so thank you, wife, for coming in. Don't say
me.
anything else. Just don't say any other words. I'm glad that you're here. My wife would like to let you know that she appreciates you for being here despite how she sounds, and that you persevered to the end, even though it was hard to listen to, and that's half the experience. And I would like to let you know you're welcome for seeing my face. We'll see y'all in the next one. Do the peace sign. Peace. Good job, wife. What is wrong with you? Freaky ass. 3, 2, 1.